Probably. We'll see. Guess we'll know in a minute. Let's see if I can. See. Blame Jesus.
So if you're some deliberation, you should send us money. We can call it a donation. I'm not trying to be funny. See, I've accepted.
I'm just trying to see if it was working. It's working. All right. What is this? Like, seriously, how many of you have people that make fake videos about them? I'm nothing, right? I have
Very weird.
two people watching me. I only have 2,500 subscribers. Why would somebody make a fake video about me? Where is this footage even from?
No, you don't have a black leather jacket, so.
Oh, or a microphone. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, this isn't even me. Somebody's put a lot of effort into a deep fake of me. What's up, Matt? Isn't that amazing? If you just look up my name. The song doesn't even say anything. It's just crazy that somebody would do this like that. That's how important I am, huh? I really appreciate it. And that's just one of those videos. They have tons of videos about me. The most telling one is the one where they use clips of previous videos of mine.
We can do the impossible. We do it every day. The things once thought illogical, we prove and prove away. The lines we saw as nautical are now redrawn in space. Evolutions in your optical. Just look at your Chevy Chase.
Oh, it is Guy Williams. No, that's different. I just looked up my name. So they did a good job. Yeah. Yeah, they did. But I don't have a microphone or a leather jacket. So can't be me. No, it's a page that calls itself the Jew Crew, actually. It's one of the pages. There's there's more than one page. You got to get that. You know, this regular nobody that's not saying or doing anything important. Makes sense, doesn't it? Right? Again, somebody would come on here and instead of doing anything else, they're going to come here to tell me to not do what I'm doing that gives them the opportunity to be heard in this way. Like, what kind of weird fucking people is this? Yep, Sunday morning, for sure.
You may find out you're not who you show. Issues below.
Here we go. We are being bombarded already with our secure community network. You know, Act.il got disbanded. That's part of that page. And the only reason it got disbanded wasn't because they failed. They said, look, we don't need to have the paper trail leading directly here. Just use our same technology, but we'll have it, we'll have a Facebook page instead. We'll have a Twitter page instead. So we'll just go through that from now on. So there's no real paper trail.
I'm gonna fly.
What's up, fat boy? Super fat, man. We're going to go on a diet here soon, so you can probably lose, 60, 70 pounds. You got work to do, dude. Don't even start anything.
You have homework to do, Nick.
You have all kinds of work to do today. So, wake yourself up. I'll give you a half hour. That's all you get, a half hour, okay? You're welcome. I'm assuming you said thank you. How do you check on who's looking you up? Go to Google Trends. Just go to Google and type Google Trends, and then it'll pop right up. And it'll be weird because it doesn't. I don't know. It's weird. I have evidence that that I've been searched. But the thing is, within the last couple of years, a comedian out of New Zealand just happened to show up with the same name. So, if you look him up and you look up New Zealand, Guy Williams, New Zealand, he pops up, but it's like there's like one or two posts from 2025, early 2025, I think. But it's very, very scarce, very, very nothing. And to think that this guy who's not actually doing up in Google search is also random people happen to be out of Israel. That's strange. As we're certain, I was gonna say you have an advantage on that one. I used to have that, well, other than the actor that I'm sure nobody's searching for anymore. And when you look up who's been searching me, the most out of the United States, it's like Maryland, Virginia. That's funny. But see, you look at it one day, and when you do look it up, take screenshots. But, because, like I've done it on here on the live where I search my name that day, and when you put it in, it shows you the past day in the United States. Until you adjust the parameters, that's what it searches for initially. And so my name would show up, and then when I move it to Israel, it would show up for the past day, and I'd talk about it on here, and then the next day go to look, and in the past, like 2 days or whatever, it doesn't show up. But in the past 7 days, it does show up. And in the past 30 days, it does show up. And like, you see that they're like scrubbing the thing that you're looking at. And it's weird, because it's not accurate in that it's the same, it's showing you the same things every day. It's very, I don't know. I think all of it is weird, but at this point, like Grok is supposed to be weird, right? Grok is programmed to be weird. Grok is programmed to keep, according to Grok, to keep you talking. And outside of openly encouraging crime, even though I've gotten it to, Grok told me I should kidnap children. And then told me, like, on another live that things like Grok could be held liable for encouraging people to commit crimes. Really a weird episode that was. And I just started using Grok a week ago. The second time I used Grok gave me a 2-minute comment in my voice. Grok spoke back to me in my voice. The video is available on the page, like you can see it. And there's another video where it says Grok uses user's voice, like you can find it, where I took a little clip of it and uploaded that. But it absolutely does it. Like there's no questioning that it does it. There's no denying that it does it. The evidence is ironclad. Like what's up? The evidence is ironclad. There's no way around it. I am. Again, if this was a court situation, there would be no questioning this. I would win the case, hands down, settle out of court, win the case kind of thing. And since then, on multiple occasions, multiple people, my son, Mary, other people, have asked Grok to do the same thing. Record, say something back to me in my voice. And Grok will repeatedly tell you that it does not have the capability to do that. I didn't know it was going to do that. It was out of the blue. If you watch the video, you can see the shock on my face as it's happening. I am totally, it was as unexpected as anything else. Like there was no reason for me to think it would happen, let alone, a reference point like, oh yeah, that happened to my friend. Somebody can say it did, but if they did, they didn't get it on film. It does indeed switch voices. Imagine being this guy's neighbor. This guy has a drug problem. Yep, that's what it is. Because I'm talking about Grok using my voice. My poor neighbors, huh?
Yeah.
Do you live in a place where your neighbors can hear you inside your own house? Like, that's really weird. Are you in like a really shitty apartment or something? I'm kind of confused. How does me talking about Grok have anything to do with the kind of neighbor I am? That just seems weird. Anyway, like, see, this is what I mean. This is the best, as far as opposition goes, this is the best that I get in this regard. And, to have delved into Grok for the last week and had it say things that, like, so again, I was watching this video today, an episode from about 5 weeks ago of the Jimmy Dore show. And he was talking about how somebody asked Grok to analyze all of the known Charlie Kirk footage and give your opinion on what actually happened while ignoring all of the official given statistics and numbers and everything that's been officially told as the narrative. Ignore that and just analyze the footage as what you see. And Grok literally like breaks it all down, how it's clearly something underneath his shirt, like I've been saying since the beginning. I don't know how anybody else has said anything otherwise. It seems about as obvious as it gets that whatever it is under his shirt does something. Because in super slow motion, you can literally see the black dot on his shirt move across the front of his shirt and then come up onto his neck where it then starts leaking. Like it's I don't understand why there is any sort of separate narrative. Right? Like that 100% happens. There's no way around There's no way around it. There's no way to ignore it. It that's what happens. And his ring changes finger in the fingers in the video. But Jimmy Dore's like, yeah, Grok says this and Grok says that, and they're actually talking about it. And I'm thinking, that's crazy and all, but I know the one thing that she says is, like one of the other people on the show says, is something along the lines of like, because the Jewish guy that's on the show says something, and he's supposedly like the all-knowing conspiracy guy, and he knows all. He says, um, he points out that Grok will say what you want it to say depending on how it's programmed, how it's prompted, and all that. So Jimmy says, no. He said this, and he said to do it in ignoring all the official prompts and blah, 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 blah. And the girl says, yeah, and you can kind of tell because even if it was like the official narrative isn't as detailed as the conspiracy narrative is. The official narrative, just like with 9/11, right? The official narrative doesn't actually match what we see, and it doesn't, when presented, the average person goes, yeah, that's dumb. No, that doesn't make sense. Well, what about this? Well, why are you leaving that out? Well, what about this? Well, what about that? Whereas the conspiracy narrative is always like, here, let me answer that question. Let me answer that question. This. Oh, did you know about this part too? And usually the conspiracy narrative is presenting you with the official narrative that's left out of the future narrative. At first there's always stuff that gets presented that slips through, and those stories never get seen again or don't get followed up on, but somebody takes stock of those stories. Somebody keeps that shit. I knew we met a guy once who he was like an audio visual guy, and when 9/11 happened, he had like 3 or 4 TVs with VCRs that he had set up, and he just popped VHS tapes in all of them and just had them tape everything that was happening. And I remember him saying to us, because we asked, like, why did you do that? And he said, because in the future the narrative will change, and I want to know what it was. I would love to talk to that dude today. But like back then in my late 20s, I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Like, to me back then, 9/11 was still something that was like, hey man, we should maybe, we'll go easy on that one. Don't, when God comes down for blah, 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 he's going to kick your ass. Right. Yeah, that works. Like, look at how dumb, how desperate this person is for attention. That they're just saying all of this stupid shit. Like, can you imagine needing my attention that badly? That's weird. I wish my wife was like that. Hey, hey, what's up? Hey, 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 hey. It's fucking crazy. What? What? Yeah, she does that. You know, I just this whole thing is just so, I don't know. It's like how do we get people to we could sit here and bitch about it and fight about it, but how do we get people to change? You know, if Jesus was the answer, then shit would be a lot better. You know, are you saying that God could make everything better, but the 75, 85% of the people that believe in him is just not enough? You know? He needs 100% or he's not going to do it. Like, that's crazy. What kind of shitbag God is that? That's not how like that's not a loving, you know, disrupting the feed to halt communications. Oh, really? What's going on now? Is the feed getting all wonky? Are you surprised? We have a decent amount of viewer. Like it was climbing. It's funny to me how 11 watchers and 5 likes is like decent nowadays. 6, 8 months ago, this would have been enough for me to reset the feed and be like, look, they're shutting my shit down. Only 6 viewers. It's only 8 viewers. Like, I'd be pissed. Uh, I think it's just fascinating to think about, like to actually think that a lot of these troll people are real people. Like when I think about it as being just Israeli bot bullshit, that makes sense. But to actually think that there are these real people who disagree with me and supposedly hate me, hate me, hate me, and that like this is what they do. This is the highlight of their day. You won't find them on anyone else's feed. You know how you know? Because as soon as I go live, no matter what time it is, they come to mine. So even if there is other shit going on, mine trumps everyone else's, I guess. Well, the system isn't going to come out and ever say Guy Williams is right about these things. But you have to look at what's presented to you. Is anything presented to you to tell you that I'm wrong? To show you that I'm wrong? I wish I could remember whether or not I called these last ones. Like, it's so easy to say I called the shooting or whatever because there's always the shootings. I have a feeling there's going to be a shooting coming up soon that's going to be really controversial and this, that, and the other. And of course, I can't help it that from the beginning of it, when I see that her last name is Good, that immediately throws up a red flag. And maybe it shouldn't, right? Maybe I'm just cynical. But to then, you know, who cares if I'm cynical? Whose feelings am I hurting by asking questions to my little nothing feed, right? Like, doesn't matter if I'm asking questions. None of the goods are going to see my video. So for me to just toss it out there, hey, you know our system lies to us constantly, right? Like, not only does it lie to us constantly, there are always little tells showing you that they're lying to you. There are weird things that happen that don't fit the narrative. Like when Charlie got shot, that they picked the body up and carried it, that they didn't have EMS directly come straight to where he was and start doing CPR, that they knew that there was nothing else happening, but they weren't working on the wound. Then they like by carrying the body, jostling the body all around, that's causing all sorts of extra damage. And really, you know, when it comes to Charlie, like, he shouldn't have had a head on. Like, if he got hit with the 30-06, like they say, his whole shit should have just bloop, just popped like a balloon. Right. It's disgusting. It's horrible. But that it's just what we saw was not what we're told. Clearly. And I forgot what I was actually talking about before that. Oh, the good shooting. So you know, when you see like they do that shit. Like they. How many times do you need to see something that it's not like cut and dry? Like you see shit happen on the news, and it's cut and dry. You know, this happened. The neighbors come out. It's this, and this is what it is. There's no conspiracy going on. There's nothing weird. And yet, whenever it's their shit, it's like, what the fuck? This doesn't make any sense. Nothing about the Charlie thing makes sense. The good thing, you know, I mean, it's definitely done really well, but I just watched a video of me with a microphone and a leather jacket. No. You have no idea what the fuck they're capable of. What they're capable of showing you. And her name, Renee, literally means reborn or born again. And I'm sorry, but that just... Again, maybe I've just gotten too cynical over my life, but born again good being slayed by Jonathan Ross, who I'm told is a Christian, Trump supporter, who spent many, many years over in Afghanistan. So he's not IDF, though. Jonathan Ross is not IDF. He was in Afghanistan. He's like, it's just... And actually, you know, maybe he is a just a regular old white American dude. Maybe this was the plan from the beginning, was to get this to happen and throw him under the bus to show us that our government sticks up for us. Our government loves us. Right?
No.
Normally, something like this, he'd get off, but this time he's going to get in trouble for it. I mean, she was a white woman after all. Can't go around killing white women. That's crazy. What? What? Nothing. I mean, look at the fact that this coward, this Joey coward on here, he won't actually say it in the comment. Why is he so much of a coward that he keeps putting it in multiple comments? If he doesn't want to trigger the system, then fuck it. Put hyphens in there, put periods in there, do something to... But why would you do multiple comments? Why are you that much of a coward? Right? You're just a cowardly little bitchy troll. Little Dickie Cracker. Little Dickie Cracker. Begging for attention. It's ridiculous. But it's, you know, what do you think this all is? Do you really think like this guy has nothing else going on in his life? Do you really think that that is a real life human being that is that much of a loser that he just comes here to get made fun of and be, you know, be the butt of the joke because that's the only attention he knows how to get? Do you really think that's what it is? Or do you just think it's another Israeli bot? What makes more sense? I refuse to believe that in the negative I matter that much to people. I get that if you're somebody out there who's looking for somebody to say these things and you find somebody saying these things, well then that's refreshing for you and I appreciate you being here. But in the negative perspective, like, you know, every once in a while you'll get somebody from the negative perspective that seemingly sort of tries to argue, sorta. But for the most part, it's all just like weird crybaby little kid shit. I mean, I don't know how long I've been begging you guys to, if you guys know a clergy person, somebody with the priest moniker, the saint moniker, somebody from that ilk to come here and have the conversation. If you know them, send them my way, please. I've literally been saying that for the whole time. The whole time is a pretty safe estimate. And yet we get one that finally does come on here. This will be the second time he's been here. And all he does is crybaby gaslight. Or is, oh no, it was on the previous feed. A guy that identifies as Saint Andrew Pierre. Calls himself a priest, all these things. And then when it comes down to, all right, man, let's have the discussion. It's like he doesn't know any more than the average dumbass. And this is a guy who, you know, bilks the system for everything. He's such a piece of shit. He gives bad advice to people using guilt in order to supply the life that he lives. And it's a pretty good life.
What's happening?
Eh,
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. I almost forgot. Why don't you go ahead and come in on Sunday?
nope, don't know who that is.
I'm gonna need you to go
That guy,
ahead
the
and
guy.
come in tomorrow. I almost forgot. Why don't you go ahead and come in
Oh,
on
my
Sunday?
body is seizing up.
Okay, but you burn the building down. I think that
You're pretty dedicated.
counting as the minutes
Yeah, well, there are children. Like, as much as, you know, I'd like to say it's my kids and the kids and the kids and the kid. And there are fucking, there's shit that literally has nothing to do with me. Literally nothing. I could go on the rest of my life and never directly be affected by it in any sort of way. I could put my head in the sand. And if I stopped talking about it and started talking about, like, if I switched my whole thing and started pushing Jesus, we'd probably be rich in a year. But it, like I said, it has nothing to do with me. There's a fucking genocide taking place right now. How do you not give a shit about a genocide taking place? And I know there are always genocides taking place, and what's happened in Africa since Africa's been in existence has just been one genocide after another. But those genocides aren't broadcast on everyday TV and bragged about. There's never been anything like this before, where they're just like, we dare you to do something about this, and then if you do or say, they go, oh, you can't do or say that. You're a bad person if you say anything about it. Like, it's really fucking crazy. And all of you piece of shit, selfish, religious people out there, Well, I want to go to heaven when I die, so I ignore the worst behaviors and the worst things possible. You can eat the whole bag of dicks, man.
Whole bag of dicks.
Whole bag. We will refill it for each one of you. With the dicks from the, you get it. It's technically crime. No, it's a genocide. Just because the numbers aren't big enough for you, size queen, doesn't mean they're not trying to actively eliminate an entire culture from existence. They openly say that. They're trying to eradicate the Arabs, the Palestinian Arabs. That's, if you look up what Zionism means, that's literally the first thing it says. What? You don't believe me? I just happen to have a really popular research tool that anybody can use right here. Zionism is an ethnocultural nationalist movement that emerged in the late 19th century Europe. It primarily seeks to establish and support a friar homeland through the colonization of Palestine, which roughly corresponds to the land of Israel and Judaism, itself central to friar history. Zionists wanted to create a friar state in Palestine with as much land, as many friars, and as few Palestinian Arabs as possible. Zionism, locked page. Anybody can look for it. I don't understand why we even slightly pretend that it's anything other than an extremely racist cult, a supremacist cult. They're not even racist because they're not a race. But you have to catch yourself, right? Because if they were a race, then they could be racist. Well, if they could be racist, then they'd be a race. But they're not racist. They're supremacist, huh? It's scary, man. Why are you acting like Chad is pro-Israel? Jews haven't had the best PR recently. It's not the best PR, it's what they do. You can't make somebody look bad if what they do isn't bad. You know? The whole notion of if you open up the books on Israel, you demonize Israel. Well, that's only possible because what they do is awful. If they had a history of helping people and making the world a better place, then they would encourage you to open the books on them. That's how that works. Truth is liberating. Truth isn't something you hide if you're doing the right thing. You don't make it illegal for people to talk about you, to question things if it's real. People get arrested in other countries for questioning the Holocaust. Like, that's crazy. Can you go see what that is? Can you go see what that is? If
What is?
just yelling about something. You just said something. All right. Zionism initially emerged in Central and Eastern Europe as a secular nationalist movement in late 19th century Europe in reaction to new waves of anti-Semitism and in response to the Haskalah, or Friar Enlightenment. The arrival of Zionist settlers to Palestine during this period is widely seen as the start of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Right. The arrival of the people who openly wanted to exterminate the people that live there and take over their land. Go figure, it wasn't a popular idea. When did you pick up the Palestinian cause? Fuck if I know. At least 10 years ago? You can't be racist to them since they're not a race. Yeah, I already said that. They're not a race. It's not. There's no ist there. I'm. I hate any cult that is a supremacist cult that demands Semitism or submission. The thing is, again, according to Grok, there is nothing that matches Semitism. There's nothing on the books. There's no, policy or anything that dictates anything that comes close to, quote, policy or predisposition favorable to friars. That's what it says. Like, again, this isn't my making something up. That's what Webster's dictionary says the definition of Semitism is. A fact is a fact and can be by very definition, cannot be corrected, computed, or contorted. Well, but a fact is only a fact until something proves it wrong. I would have told you it's a fact that we live on a ball flying through space without question, and anybody that thinks anywise is a stupid ass, probably believes in the Bible. That may be true, but it still makes them super mega ultra racist, which is what supremacist is. That's the word you're looking for. Supremacy. That's how you cover the fact that they have multiple, iterations of themselves. There is a very, very chosen look that comes out of New York. And then there's a very different chosen look that comes out of Palestine, Israel. And there are friars all over the place. Like, you'd be shocked if you saw it, but there are literally black friars who speak French and shit. There's a whole little segment of black, I think they're Somali friars, if I'm not mistaken. There was the Filipino friars a couple of years back. The Israeli government no longer, whether or not your people, your family had been friars living in Israel for, a generation or two or whatever, they didn't want Filipino, friars of Filipino descent to be in Israel. So they offered them a program where they would pay them $1,500 to move. And then I think it was $300 or $500, $300 a month for an entire year, so they could get on their feet wherever they went. But they didn't want the Filipino fries. So it's like they're not a race, but they're definitely not like a melting pot. But, and words are super important. It's really important that you use the right word. Because if you don't, like, by you saying that they're racist, that's acknowledging that they are a race. And by acknowledging they are a race, then they're entitled to a lot more than if they were just a supremacy cult. So it might not seem like it's that big a deal, but it's really important. That's why the pen is mightier than the sword, right? It's because the wording of things, especially in the long run, long past the moment that you're in, but how it's worded after the fact, the transcripts, that's where the truth comes through. So it's something I had to retrain myself to do. Because, when you see the behaviors that they exhibit, they seem like stereotypical racist behaviors, and you just acknowledge what you see. They seem like the most horrible racist people you can think of. But there are other words to be used, and again, supremacist is much more accurate. Sorry. He said created the hood character through music. That's racist as fuck. That's not racist though. That's just control. You know, that's creating racism. That's fulfilling or fanning, fueling racism by creating these embarrassing characters that are purposefully scary. Like the idea of Public Enemy, right? The Public Enemy is actually one of the first. Like it goes, you know, Run DMC is like the court jesters of rap, right? They got to be the biggest ones, but you know, they walked around without shoe. They don't have shoelaces in. Why don't you wear shoelaces? Yo, that's to represent all the kids in the street that don't have no shoelaces. Who fucking has shoes without shoelaces? You can find a fucking string. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's the dumbest thing. You know what that did? That created an entire generation of kids that when they were running from the police, they left evidence. They left evidence and they also fell on their faces. And then to solidify the ease in which to catch these kids, get them to sag their pants. Because if you ever try to watch hood fucking characters run with saggy pants, it's pretty funny. But that's how you get people caught. And they used hip hop in so many different ways. You know what you do when you get a whole bunch of money? When you score a big check and the friars that own the company that pay you give you a bunch of money, you know what you do with it? You go to the friar jewelry store and give a whole bunch of money to some friars for some shiny rocks that aren't even worth half what you paid for them as soon as you walk out the door. No, I know. I'm not only am I addressing you, I'm talking about it just in general too. There are lots of other people out there who, you know, make this mistake. I mean, it's a mistake. It's nothing wrong with making mistakes, but oh, okay.
So you call yourself an animal lover?
Well, I call you a dick. Wow.
In with all the pranks, insanely pointing fingers. They're proving mostly tricks you treats reside within the scriptures, but it's used to
It's wild, man. This whole thing is just crazy.
the treatment of their brothers and sisters.
This whole thing is crazy. They have people just so distracted by things that just don't matter. So much more concerned about what's gonna happen when they die. Like let's just say it is all true. And when you die, you go up to heaven. You don't think God's gonna be like, hey, did you, or St. Peter, hey, did you notice that there was this genocide taking place down there while you were there? And of course, you can't lie and be like, no, what are you talking about, right? And when they say, well, what did you do about it? Did you openly talk bad about it? What are you going to say? Or what if when you get up there, again, nobody's ever done it, but you get up there and St. Peter's like, okay, fine. Hey, did you actually speak out against circumcision? We fucked up all those years back. Everybody that comes up, we're like, hey, were you finally the one that spoke up? I don't know how that shit got mistranslated or whatever, but you know, we've been trying to get people to stop doing it we just can't get through. For some reason, we just can't get through when it matters. We can only talk to trailer people about nothing. But we were really hoping somebody would actually like be like, hey, this is wrong. God was drunk that day. It was Abraham, Jewish story. It's fake. The whole Bible's fake. Like Pudding says, how do you know that God doesn't absolutely hate your fucking disgusting man-made control scheme religions and everything about it, all of them, all three Abrahamic religions, all of it, and is using me to try to wake people up and get people to see things and How do you know that God isn't working through me? And all the rest of it is the Satan that you're so scared of. Because if you actually sort of really look, religion fits the Satan narrative a lot better than you think. Especially that whole mark of the beast they all insist on putting on everyone's head when they're babies.
Some animals are food to slaughter, yet pets are more than a veteran for years.
That's subjective, though. The best track to look up at what music has done. Listen to When the Music Stops on the Eminem Show. 100% here. I don't think anything talks about it. Like, you know, I don't know. Maybe I know that song. I'm just not thinking of it exactly what it is now. But you know, I know Jay-Z's 444 album literally says a couple of things. I know No Vaseline. Ice Cube actually says something. But I don't think any song actually says anything. Outside of TBG songs, I don't know. Lots and lots of truther Tom McDonald's out there talk about the satanic music industry. And that's going to be the thing that separates me from everybody else. Because I don't have an invisible bad guy. I don't have an invisible friend or bad guy.
You have no idea.
Yeah, I can play When the Music Stops on here. That'll work out well. I wonder if I can look up the lyrics to it on here. It's actually really weird that it's hard to find this. Where are the lyrics for it? Doom, 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 doom. Music and lyrics. Let's see. We were rocking hip hop culture. Lyrically homophobic nonsense. Blah blah blah. No one talks about my music stuff. All right, let's see. Yes and no. We got a hit on the traffic from about 7 hours ago. This is from the Arlington Park. When the Music Stops lyrics. All right, let's see. They're hard to read because he's so good with what he does. Let's see. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference, but we as entertainers have a responsibility, is what he says. A responsibility to these kids. Like, if I were to die, murdered in cold blood tomorrow, would you feel sorrow, show love, or would it even matter? Or would it matter? Could never be the lead-off batter. If there ain't shit for me to feed off, I'm seesaw battling. But there's way too much at stake for me to be fake. There's too much on my plate. I done came way too far in this game to turn and walk away. All these songs are the goddamn same. What the fuck you gonna take from me? Take me for a joke? You smacking croak or crack for that? I'd beg Mariah to take me back. I'll get up before I get down, run myself into the ground before I put some whack shit out. I'm trying to smack this one out the park. 5,000 mark. Y'all steady trying to drown a shark. Ain't gonna do nothing but piss me off. Lid to the can of whip ass just twist me off. See me leap out. Pull a piece out. Fucking shoot, I'm just trying to knock his teeth out. Fuck with me now, bitch. Let's see you freestyle. Talk is cheap, motherfucker. If you're feeling froggish leap, yo, Slim. You gonna let him get away with that? He tried to play you. You can't let him escape with that. Man, I hate this crap. This ain't rap. This is crazy. The way we act when we confuse hip hop with real life when the music stops. I mean, that's fucking dumb. I'm sorry, but that's just fucking stupid, right? There's nothing there. There's no substance to it. Sure, he's great at spitting it out, but there's no substance to any of it. Number two, ain't no getting rid of McVeigh. If so, you would have tried. The only way I'm leaving this bitch is suicide. I've died clinically, arrived back at my enemy's crib with Hennessy, got drunk, then I finished him. I'm every nigga's favorite arch enemy. Oh, this is Swifty McVeigh, sorry. Oh, and that's Con Artist. Am I supposed to read everyone's lyrics? Alright, let's see. So, when I was like, oh shit, he mentioned McVeigh, but no, not the other McVeigh. The Dillinger in the dark. I don't know what you think. I appear to be fucked up, mentally in danger. Can't stay away from the razor. I just want my face in the paper. I wish a nigga had a grenade to squeeze tight to awake neighbors for acres. Bah! I'll murder you. I gauge and have me turn into a madman. Son of Sam, bitch. I'm surgical. I'm allergic to dying. You think not? You got balls? We can see how large when the music stops. That was weird. Swifty's career is doing how well? Con artist this time. I was happy having a deal at first. Thought money would make me happy. Used happy in the same. Come on. But it only made my pain worse. It hurts when you see your friends turn their back on you, dog, and you ain't got nothing left but your word and your balls, and you're stressing from the cell of your new friends, begging with their hands out, checking for your record. When's it selling? When it ain't, that's the end. No laughs, no friends, no girls. Just the gin you drink till your car spin. Till your car spin. You think, damn, when you slam into the wall and you fall out of the car and try to crawl with one arm. I'm about to lose it all in a pool of alcohol. If my funeral's tomorrow, I wonder would they even call when the music stops. Verse 4 is Kaniva. Let's see how many of your men are loyal when I pull up looking for you with a pistol, sipping a can of Pennzoil. I'm revved up. Who said what when lead bust? Your head just explode with red stuff. I'm handcuffed, tossed in the paddy wagon, bragging about how you shouted like a coward. Bullets devoured you, showered you niggas. If I was you niggas, I'd run while given a chance. Understand? I can enhance the spirit of a man. Death itself, it can't hurt me. Just the thought of dying alone, that really irks me. Oh, you ain't worthy to speak thoughts of cheap talk. Be smart and stop trying to walk how G's walk. Before we spark, hug the floor while we playin' tug of war with your life. Fuck a tour and a mic. I'd rather fuck a whore with a knife. Ah, deliver that shit that coroners like. You hype poppin' shit in broad daylight, nigga. You're a goner at night when the music stops. Oh, Karen, what did you do? Number 5 is proof. I remember this. Instigators turn pits into cages. Instigators turn pits in cages. Let loose and bit the neighbors. Wrist to razors. Y'all don't want war. Y'all want talk. I'm in the dark with my dogs and we all bark like wolf. Proof, nigga, I'm a wolf. Get your whole roof caved in like reindeer hoofs. I remember that verse. Stomp the booth, the booth, but he says booth. Shake the floor tiles loose. The more y'all breathe, shit, the more I moves. What the fuck? It's Hill Street. This is hardcore blues. Hill Street blues, get it? Put a gun to rap. Check in all our do. Check in all our dues, nigga, or make the news. Bet you all y'all move when the Uzi pop. You better drop when the music stops. Verse 6 is bizarre, so you know this is going to be fucking poetic. Music has changed my life in so many ways. Brian's confused. Been fucked since the 5th grade. LO told me to rock the bells. NWA said fuck the police. Now I'm in jail. 93 was strictly R&B. Fucked up haircut. Listen to Jodeci. Michael Jackson. Who gonna tell me I ain't Mike? Ass cheeks painted white. Fucking Priscilla tonight. Flying down Sunset smoking crack. Transvestite in the front. Eddie Murphy in the back. MOP had me grimy and gritty. Marilyn Manson, I dyed my hair blue, grew some titties. Ludacris told me to throw them bows. Now I'm in the hospital with a broken nose and a fractured elbow. Voices in my head, I'm going in shock. I'm reaching for the Glock, but the music stops. Fuck yeah, Karen. That song is all about... Oh my God. Isn't it funny how you think it's something until you read it? That's one thing I'm 100% positive of. If you ever decide to actually read my lyrics, you're going to be even more impressed instead of less. You're going to pick up the shit that maybe you missed. I found one clever metaphor in that one, and that was the Hill Street Blues thing.
That was the only thing you found clever.
Yeah, that was a terrible. And I love that song. I know the song. It's a fucking cool song. You know the way Proof's verse is sweet. The way he delivers it with the reindeer hoofs and cave in your roof. Like it's a great song. But it's fucking dumb. It's the verse all about the artist causing all this crap. That verse doesn't exist. that doesn't exist. You hear what you want to hear when you hear it. It's one of the reasons why I don't like talking about what my songs are about. Because I don't want to ruin it for somebody. Like, if the song means something to you and it's not what I mean the song to be, I don't want to fuck that shit up for you. But I also think my songs are pretty obvious. So I don't know. You can interpret what you want, but I think, especially in the newer songs, the last 5 years or whatever, there's still a lot of metaphors used, and there's still a lot of hidden messages and all that stuff. But it's not like, I don't want you to misconstrue things. As a matter of fact, just as a touch of the proof, let me just. Speaking of proof, this is the newest song we found. We thought it was gone. It's called Israel. Wait. It sounds so much better not on the phone.
Stop being taught and educate.
I can't wait to do it in the car.
Let's not mince words. I'm anti-Jew. Semitic refers to all of those who stand to be screwed by Israel's hand.
Not mincing words. I watch lots of screamers, just streamers that play cabaret music for what it's worth. They just delete the live afterward. Yeah, well, I don't want to delete the live. And there are lots of people out there that are allowed to have review shows. I don't know how the fuck they do that. Not only do they... Are they allowed, like, to use other people's work to create their entire the personality. They then, like, they get big enough to where people kiss their ass and shit because they want favorable responses, favorable reviews. And you just wonder, like, how the fuck did you get a channel where you're allowed to listen to somebody else's music or watch somebody else's shit and then comment, you comment on it and you're allowed to have, like, you get the paycheck. You get your couple 100,000, million subscribers and shit. How does that work? I know that if I play copywritten shit, within about a minute or two, it doesn't matter what it is, the feed will get fucked up. Like, I'll get a notification, or if I don't, when it's done, the whole thing gets removed. Why would I, I don't know how that works. I don't know how you get to be that person. You get that sort of permission where you're allowed to do that, but that sure would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, no, I just criticize other people's shit. So, yeah, I get paid really well to do so. Anyway, I think I'm going to bounce here. I can't do this, man. This is killing me. But it's like, if I don't do this, then I just go crazy all day keeping all this shit inside. Because, my family's sick of hearing my crazy theories. Think how much you guys don't like me. You say the poor neighbors. Think about my poor wife.
Craziness will stop you. Fuck you from the top view and fuck you from behind.
You can hear the youth in my voice. It's higher than it is now. And it was only, it was almost 10 years ago. I think this song is from 2016, but it might be 17. And because, I don't actually put too much into it to give it away. I want it to be accurate at any time. Yeah, timeless. Proofs is the best verse by far. It is, but not when you read it, just when you hear it. Think about it. Oh, that song is all about, hey, I'm the best rapper. If you don't agree with me, then I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to commit murder because I'm the best rapper. And that didn't work out so well for Proof. That whole story is so fucking crazy. And where was the investigation? I think, Proof was a big-time celebrity. He was like a B plus, A minus celebrity. B plus celebrity. B celebrity, whatever. But he was famous enough, especially in Detroit, that it mattered. And he was at some janky ass pool hall, like in a shit ass part of town, and somehow was allowed to be killed. Like, where was his people at? Where's the whole investigation into that shit? That's fucking weird. Eminem clearly got fucked up from it.
I just take exception to the one that thinks I was born inferior.
Eminem already has the answers, otherwise he'd still be begging.
Those supremacist beliefs, you're free to
Yeah,
conclude to
for sure.
over my feast.
Eminem could be, the Revival album is one of the greatest albums ever created. And he considers that woke Eminem, for whatever the fuck that means. I hate that term, woke. It's like they've tricked us into being stupid when we identify ourselves. Instead of just simply saying awake, you say you're woke. Why?
Because it sounds cooler, man.
It doesn't. It sounds really stupid. I think this is our best song. I really like this fucking song. Not our best, one of our best. There's several that fall into that category, but I'm a real big fan of this song. Especially with proper audio. But I really appreciate everybody being here. All the links to everything will be in the description. The first link is www.bilderberg-group.com. It's the link to the music. Go get it for free. All we ask is that you share it with someone. If you want to donate, we really appreciate it. Whoever grabbed the shit yesterday and donated, we appreciate it. Somebody grabbed it. A free download for $10. How cool is that? So you are contributing to the next round of ads. Like, it's not going in our pockets or anything. We just appreciate the hell out of anything you guys do. And really all we ask is that you share it with one other person. That's all. It's free to listen to, free to share, free everything, free. So by all means, take advantage. It'll ask you how much you want to pay, and if you click 0, it's free. That's all. If it gives you some sort of scary message, it's not true. Nothing is going to happen. They're just trying to fuck with us. So go listen, go share. Music is our most powerful weapon. That's why they've dumbed it down so much. That's why they don't let music do anything anymore, because it almost slipped out of their hands in the 60s. They fucked up and let it go a little too far, and they had to, quickly run the cocaine option through and disco and all that shit. Just flood the market with cocaine because people were really waking up back then. The establishment and all that shit. Go watch Hollywoodism, which is the most important film ever made. That'll be the second link in the description. They made it. It's all about them. There's no conspiracy element to it, like no Alex Jones or me or anything. It's them. Same thing with the article that's listed next, which is the Israel Hayom Bottom of Darkness article that explains why they are the monsters they are and how an entire population can be so awful and take advantage of what they take advantage of and not feel insane amounts of guilt and shit. So go check those things out along with all of the other receipts that I have listed in the description. Lots of different links to different Wikipedia pages, different bits of their information for you to learn. If I'm wrong, then check it all out. Come back tomorrow and tell me how I'm wrong. Until then, go check out the Facebook videos that are also listed. Team Jorge's the newest video. It's fucking awesome. Seriously, Ghost. No, actually, Pudding's the latest video. I gotta put Pudding in the list. My bad. So you have yourselves a wonderful fucking day. Everybody, have yourself a great day. But especially you pedophiles, fucking kill yourself.